It's cheap, it's odourless, and just 1 ml too much can put you in a coma. There's no doubt about it, it's a dangerous party drug, but many call GHB or G another name, and that is the date rape drug. GHB has been linked to a series of horrific rapes and murders in the UK, most notoriously the crimes of convicted serial rapist Reynard Sinaga, who drugged his victims unconscious before assaulting them, and serial killer Stephen Port, who poisoned 4 young men with the drug. The drug is a clear, odourless liquid and can be easily administered to a person's drink without their knowledge. It can make a person feel euphoric in small doses, but can also lead to drowsiness and unconsciousness. In the UK, between 2015 and 2018, drink spiking more than doubled. But understanding the actual number of people who have been spiked or assaulted with GHB is unknown, as traces of the drug can leave the body in an hour, making it hard to detect.
I think that we can't know the full scale of the problem for a number of reasons. I think the first is that people who have been spiked in nightclubs, when they come to the hospital, we unfortunately in most hospitals don't have the facility to test them for the full range of substances that they might have been spiked with. The second problem is that GHB is to a large extent confined to the chemsex scene or culture. And because Public Health England and other NHS bodies are not geared up to be tackling chemsex at the moment, we're not able to understand the scale of its use and the harms it's causing.
The Class C drug is a popular recreational substance in the LGBTQ+ community, but the prevalence of GHB is hard to track as it's not featured in any national drug use survey. And last year, shockingly, over a quarter of gay and bisexual men reported that they had been assaulted on GHB. Between 2014 and 2018, there were 120 deaths in England and Wales that involved GHB. But because testing for the drug is not part of routine toxicology after sudden death, the number could actually be a lot higher.
I think because it's so difficult to accurately test people who have come to hospitals after unintentionally consuming GHB, that we need to look instead towards empowering survivors of these crimes to come forward and speak to the police and speak to services that are able to help them. I think that's particularly difficult in the context of the discussion surrounding increased criminalisation of this drug. It's difficult enough as it is for survivors of sexual violence who have been under the influence of any drug to come forward and speak to the police, that to increase the criminalisation or the classification of this drug would only serve to do more harm.
The Home Secretary, Priti Patel, has now ordered a review of the law around the drug, looking at whether tougher controls need to be brought in.